live. Hello, everybody. Oh my God, welcome. It's episode 100. Episode 100. Wow, we've done it. We made it. This
Can't believe it.
Oh my God. It's been so long. But here we are. It's our 100th anniversary, which is the anniversary of, I don't know, I'm guessing Bones, because you're so old by that point. I don't know. Anybody know? Sapphire, Gold, Bones. That sounds right.
Bones
what
sounds
are you
good.
referring to?
It's
Diamond.
Ivory.
Ivory. It's molars. You know how when you have like a 10-year anniversary, it's like, you know, gold or wood
The silver
or
plate.
whatever the hell.
Like anniversaries.
Yeah, our 100-year
10?
anniversary is molars.
I think it's like paper or something like that.
Yeah. Death.
Something.
Thanks, I hate it.
Skulls.
Yo, hold on now.
Thank you, chat, for helping.
I'm gonna look. I have to look now.
All right, yeah, you look it up. But welcome, everybody. Wow, welcome to Venture Maidens. If you've never been here before, wow, what an episode to step into. We are an actual play 5th edition D&D podcast in a homebrew setting, a very awesome homebrew setting, which we announced last week, and it's worth saying again, that we will be bringing to Kickstarter in April. Venture Maidens is working with 2C Gaming to produce the Venture Maidens campaign guide. So we're going to be screaming about that from the rooftops and everywhere at all. So it's very cool. 100 episodes and a book is happening. So, but let's get this shit started. Hey everybody, my name is Celeste Conowitch, and tonight I will be your dungeon master.
Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm playing your Moon Elf Warlock, Arnadil Athil.
Hello, I'm Katie, and I just threw my pen on the ground, and I'm going to be playing Fair Valen, your tiefling sorceress.
Awkward pause. Oh no! Oh God, Nassim.
Episode
Hello?
100, we got this.
Hello, are you there, Nassim? Oh no.
Can you guys hear me?
We
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Can?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear any of you, but for now, I'm Nassim. I'm playing your human monk, Sayanur, and I'm gonna try and fix my sound. Excuse me.
Okay, wait.
Pardon me.
Episode 100. This episode is cursed. Welcome.
Turn back now. Don't. Please stay with us.
And I am Sage, and I will be playing your apparently cursed cleric.
You're all cursed.
Hilda.
You're all cursed now. You have entered my cursed dimension. Yes, so for those of you who have been keeping up with the story, this is the point of no return. We are racing towards the end of this campaign here, and depending on how this one goes, we might have one more episode and then the finale episode, or it might just be the finale episode next time. We'll see. Are we the best at racing along quickly? No. So, you know, who knows? Okay. But with that, I guess we should just get into it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to give me that sweet recap? What happened last time?
Whew.
Let's do it.
Katie's flipping back
Tell
to
me.
pages of notes.
Oh my God, notes?
Dramatically.
Whoa.
The end of the kegger happens. Isolde opened up her gift from Kara, and it was fucking precious.
Mm-hmm.
And then Farah drunkenly had pillow talk and cuddles with Chance. And then in the morning dropped off a letter to her parents. Saye got a giant lady potion, which I'm fucking stoked
The
to
big
see.
lady.
Yes!
Yeah.
All I want to do. All right. And then we had brunch because that's and then we had our communes with the Raven Queen and with the sisters. Basically, Britt, if you want to go over your Raven Queen one.
I'm gonna do my best because it was kind of just like her, a little bit ambiguous. I just needed to check in and was like, hey, like all this shit's been happening. She's like, oh, like, yeah, I know. I don't really have any answers for you. And I'm like, cool. Here's some info. No, don't, like, there's still no answers. Oh, wait, like, yeah, I'm still loyal to you, but like, I've got loyalties elsewhere. And also, if shit hits the fan, like, so cool. Happy to talk with you finally. And yeah, that potion's brewed. Also, what? Like, there's some crazy shit that's making it easy for us to talk to each other? Weird.
Pretty good summary.
And Kara and Katie got together after we all had our morning brunch to use Kara's magic to contact the sisters so that Farrah could ask, hey, what should I be doing now? Do you all have any new information for us? No? Okay, that's great. And they were immediately like, wait a minute. Something's not right. Something shouldn't be happening. You need to end the call right now. And we're like, we're trying, but we can't. We couldn't.
We're pressing the button.
Smashing the end call button, but the call was not ending. As suddenly, like, the fabric of reality began to shift and warp, and we found the keep being transported into the dimension where we had went to first contact the Sisters of Sorrow way back in like episode 12.
All comes full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 12 didn't exist for me.
and yeah, everything is super strange. Like walking around the tower is not the same. Can't find anyone else. It's a bizarre scenario.
And per the last line of my notes, fuck. So that's where we left off.
Yeah. Good stuff. Y'all ready?
I mean, are we?
We don't have a choice.
I don't know. Let's start there. So yes, we had ended last time. You all had kind of run back together at this, basically right outside the council chambers at this point, as the world had radically changed from what you had known it. It still looks like you're standing in the structure of the Elysium Keep, but reality has changed. So now everything is shadowy and like these bright colors of like white and black. Everything is a weird kind of smoky grayscale surrounding you. And you had quickly learned that as you had tried to run around, you had just kind of found yourself coming back together, almost like you're running through an M.C. Escher painting, stairways that lead back and flip on themselves. And all of this had happened, of course, after contacting the Sisters of Sorrow. And the last thing, they had basically been screaming at you to stop. And then their voices had been cut off. And the world had changed. So now it's all of you standing here in this little cluster, everything around you different. It appears the Elysium Keep has been pulled entirely into the shadowy realm that you recognize as the realm of the Sisters of Sorrow. And here you all are. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, we'd like gathered ourselves, gotten together.
Yes, so you all are
If I
standing
remember
together. Yes.
Correctly, we hear screaming of people.
No.
Like,
So the last thing you had all heard was this weird sound of a thread being cut.
oh, yeah.
Like that kind of ping, like as thread comes apart. And now it's just sort of silence around you. You don't see any other people.
But we heard other people like in the throes of whatever vision they're having, right? Like I feel like
I do have screams written in my notes.
screams, yeah. Like we heard, like we were trying to find other residents at the Elysium Keep, and we could hear people like kind of in like basically tripping.
Right
Like
now,
having a little bit of a trip.
right now, maybe that happened as like everything was changing and shifting, but you are
Okay.
in a blanketed fog of silence and sort of a literal fog right now in this area. So you no longer hear anything, and it's just that that kind of shadowy world around you.
All right. And we've at this point we've tried to move forward to no avail, basically.
Right. Basically, you all had tried to kind of split off and run in different directions at last time, and you had found yourself just led back towards each other.
We're in
So we got a
Scooby-Doo.
squad walk.
That is the only walk powerful enough to break the bonds of this
Assemble
world.
the hug unit and walk forward.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, right now I don't really know what else to do. I guess keeping my eyes peeled. I assume when you look at it, Arnie, with your magic eyes, it's just fucking magic everywhere. Right? Magic-eyed lady?
Yes, this world is very magical. As you are looking at this aura that kind of permeates everything, you can definitely tell that this is the exact same signature as last time you visited the Sisters of Sorrow. It appears that you have
The Sisters of
Sorrow. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you are certainly in their demons, their realm at this point.
But it's not like a pocket dimension thing. It is that we are it is like you can. I feel like you can kind of see that.
Yes, like somebody picked up the Elysium Keep and put it here,
or like a filter flooded.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what everything looked like. A filter
flooded.
You're not really sure. Is the keep physically here now, or is this a change in reality? You're not really sure.
The ship of Theseus.
Well, so to Farrah, I'm like, well, it's not like, when we went through half of the other magical shit that we are in this realm, or this realm flooded ours.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. I think I messed up the OBS, everybody. Whoops. Hang on.
Katie, you're muted, girl.
Old plays.
Oh my
It's
god.
just terrifying.
This
Suddenly
episode is
everything goes
cursed.
black.
Okay. Oh shit. All right. Sorry, everybody. Oh my god.
This literally is the most cursed episode
This
since
is
I've
so
joined.
cursed.
Oh,
the
no.
internet itself is revolting against our ending of this campaign.
Oh my god, it
Guess
doesn't
we
want it
can't
to be
leave.
over.
Y'all,
We have to play forever.
this is
can see,
cute
but I have a
compared
massive
to...
cat scratch spanning from like up here to like down to my elbow.
Oh no!
Cursed.
We've been through some majorly more difficult technical difficulties.
Yeah, no, that's for
This
sure
ain't
true.
It's just a nice long string of them, you
Yeah.
know, because we've missed them so much.
We lost an entire episode once.
Yep, that was nice.
They got us at the beginning, but it was like a whole episode.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And we just
Let me know.
restarted the campaign. That was good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Flower Crown Gaming, while Celeste is fixing this OBS, posture check.
Thank you. Oh, yes, okay.
That's why I'm standing again today. I became accustomed to standing while I stream, and I didn't bother bringing my stool in today.
Whoa!
Nice.
Better
You're so
for my
powerful.
back.
That's a power move.
Yeah.
Okay, we are fine. We are fine, everybody. Everything is fine. Don't worry.
So can I make an Arcana or a religion check to see what I know about this realm specifically on how we can potentially move forward?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead and roll either of those would be applicable.
I'm gonna guidance myself, which is good because I rolled a 9 plus 3 is 12 plus Arcana is a 21.
Okay, so you probably actually know quite a bit about this realm, considering, the Sisters of Sorrow are like your patron who give you all your powers. So you know that every god has a area to call their own. A demesne is what they call it. And this is like their little section, of like the celestial realms that they inhabit, and takes a form that they specify. So for the Sisters of Sorrow, because they're about, the past, present, future, fate, you can expect a lot of, they seem to love tests, trials, puzzles is a big thing to them. They really make you,
Disgusting.
yeah.
So
they're
we're
really-
playing Braid, basically.
Well, I mean, you all knew this before the first time you came there. You
Yeah.
had to walk through their decrepit castle and face all of these challenges to get to them at the end. So they're very fond of these things. They also like, shadowy mystery, themes of threads, fate you can expect here. Basically anything that they embody as principles, you can see physically represented in this realm. So navigating these realms, you have to be able to think like the deities and prove that you can. Because most of the time, the only people who ever come here outside of the gods are the chosen individuals or those who are invited. Since you weren't specifically invited here, you're going to have to go the opposite way and try and figure out how they would navigate things here. And Farah, since you do have that very strong connection, you feel like you need to figure out which thread to follow. Is something that kind of occurs to you.
So there's visible threads right now that I can see around me?
No, but would you like to kind of focus or try to find something like that?
Yes, I sure would. Thank you.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead? What's your just passive perception for me?
Passive perception is 12.
Okay. So I think kind of with that knowledge, you're like, okay, I gotta pay attention. I have to find something. And you start to look at these, the shadowy floors and walls of this place. And right around one stone corner, you just see the thread of like something gold flashes around a corner. Like at the bottom of the floor, almost like a string being pulled really tight very quickly around a corner.
Guys, I found a clue. I'm just gonna point at the floor and I'm like, I think we should follow this unless anybody else has a better plan.
I think we gotta focus. Like when we went through the Feywalk jungle, how everything is all wibbly wobbly and we have to. Oh, that's right, you weren't there. I forgot.
Farrah's just looking at you like you're fucking crazy.
It's like you've always been here. But what
Thank
we do to get through this Fey jungle is we had to focus on our task at hand, and only by maintaining that in our mind could we, stay on a course, if that makes sense.
And the realm wants to distract you. We're going to probably encounter some things that make us want to address them. But if it has nothing to do with our task at hand, we have to ignore it, as tempting as it might be.
Yeah, but does that mean that we shouldn't even pull on the cable a little bit and see if something happens?
I mean,
definitely doing
what?
Just tug on it a little?
No. Arnettel's so no.
That's not the rules.
Saw ya.
I like how cheeky you are tonight, though.
I mean, it's right there. Why not try it?
I mean, I don't think it can hurt.
I do.
anything.
Arnettel's no, but also it's well, I mean, I'm kind of fucking down. I'd love to see what the hell happened.
Well, let's all hold on to the string so no one gets lost.
Yeah.
And we'll just follow the string down. That way, no one.
We'll hold on
branches
to
off.
you.
And
How about that?
You all
Okay.
hear a voice, a disembodied voice say, I think that's an excellent plan. Why not just start pulling on things and heading in different directions? Sounds like fun.
I assume
The
it's
voice we
Chess.
recognize.
It's Chess's voice. Who you
Ah,
cannot see. Farah, you would definitely know that's Chess talking, but...
A quick magical assessment. I know what's going on, right? With that.
I don't think you would. I don't think you've seen this before.
Really? Or read about it?
No,
This
there's
is
a
pretty fucking odd.
disembodied voice talking to you, and there's not a magically concealed creature or anything that you're detecting here.
Well, I'm Arnettel just purses her lips and is okay.
Don't worry, it's Chess.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Car
just...
visibly jumps what the fuck?
What?
just-
It's... You know how in the beginning of the relationship you just want to be around each other? Well, this is extreme.
I want to test something. I want to
relate.
mentally say, hello, Chess.
Telepathically.
I can hear you, both
Oh!
telepathically and in real life.
Cool.
He's just saying out loud.
No, he can read our thoughts.
Well, I mean,
No, I was listening.
oh. I'm just going to keep my mouth pursed.
I mean, I
Just
could.
Okay.
If that's... I'm not particularly interested in that at the moment, but are you thinking something interesting?
I don't know. You tell us.
Anyway, Farah, I'm not going to be able to manifest here. It seems you've been cut off from your source. So it looks like I'm holding things down.
You know where we are? Or-
Yes, this is clearly a god realm, and I'm just guessing based on context clues that this belongs to the Sisters of Sorrow, but I thought that was perfectly obvious.
Yeah, once I saw the string, that kind of makes sense. But-
Is it also perfectly obvious to you how we got here? Because it didn't seem like through our summoning that that was our intention, and yet here we are.
I'm not exactly sure, though what the sisters mentioned something about the way had been prepared already. Was there anything at the keep that you can think of? Perhaps somebody was already preparing to ritually transport this place, would be my guess.
We have a teleportation circle that we've used multiple times for
Oh, that
different
wouldn't
things.
be it. It would require a great deal of sigil work, preparation, rituals, probably around the exterior of the keep, that sort of thing.
Requires someone who is here. And
We
Wouldn't
saw
spends a
Valerius
lot of
doing
time-
that when
Valerius-
we came in.
Who we know is super tight with Reb. So, unsurprising, to be honest. Unfortunate, because, man, I love them. But
There's quite a few people within our ranks that have they're reasonably I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that were going on. We couldn't keep track of all of them, and everybody was very busy, and we're perfectly honest with the things that they were tasked with. But, you know, looking back, hindsight, it's entirely possible that it was more than one person that was busy.
Perhaps it
Preparing
would have
things.
required somebody very talented to prepare a keep of this size if we truly have been transported into another realm. Quite a bit. I suspect more than one caster,
Yeah.
at any rate.
yeah, well, Rem
Safe to
has a
say.
lot of people who are very devout to her. We'll
Well,
say
then.
it like that.
It seems you have a lot of enemies, and they're probably here with you.
Ooh, exciting. Well, I mean, I think we should follow this string because it seems like we might not have a lot of time, and I don't really know what Rem's end game is, so
And it's at this point that you all hear something once again that kind of echoes through the stony halls, that pluck as another thread is cut.
Yeah,
yikes.
we better hurry so more threads don't get cut.
All right, let's grab onto that string.
Yeah, you do, and it's fair. It's a lot like when you're playing with a cat and pulling a string back. It seems like you turn around the corner and you see the string is laying there on the floor, and it starts to rapidly pull down another corner, and you kind of chase after it, and then it just stops right when it's out of your range, and you give up. It's very irritating. But do you continue to follow it around all of the corners and passageways it seemed to take you down?
Yeah, and also like trying like stupid things like summoning a mage hand and trying to make the mage hand get it, just like making an idiot of myself.
Oh yeah, and every time, it pulls just out of range, and it begins to lead you down a set of stairs. And now this area of the keep, you recognize it's probably pulling you down towards the courtyard. Every once in a while, you do recognize, the hallways and windows and spaces, these empty halls that you have walked so many times. But now you really just see them outlined as you're passing through, and the string drops down some of these steps and lands outside a very familiar door. It looks like Gidget's workshop.
Whizman and Valerius were working on the sigils.
So was Gidget.
Oh, that's true. She was too. I forgot about that. And Gidget. Kara's gonna kind of purse her lips and go into the workshop.
All right. So you open up this door, and what you see beyond certainly is not the space that you were expecting. As you open the door, you reveal that you are standing on kind of this jagged stone balcony. That's maybe like only 15 feet or so out, and beyond it is just sheer black nothingness. that seems to continue in this chasm that just moves down far beyond sight. There's clearly no light, nothing down there. And standing on the edge of this precipice, you see two figures. One very, very tall. You see the square, angular shoulders of Vlad, who in his hand is bearing this sword that looks almost like black light. It doesn't even look like a real sword. And next to him, you see Kristoff. Both of their backs are turned towards you, and their gaze is upwards, which you can track. And you see that hanging from the ceiling are dozens of bodies, strung up with strings from the wrists, from the shoulders, from the back, hanging like marionettes from the top of this cavern here, as you see all of these people dangling and sort of twitching, not really looking at anything, but their eyes are open.
Are they strung up like critters that got tangled up into a spider's web?
Sort of, but as you're looking at it, it doesn't look so much like spider webs as it does just threads. And you can see they're not like cocooned. It's like these threads have been stitched into the surfaces of their skin and limbs and back. And so they twitch and they dance again like puppets almost with whatever it is they're experiencing.
Mm.
Kara's
Is this
going-
similar to the thing with the Raven Queen when there were people that were like lost in their own minds of whatever they were seeing? Is it similar to that?
It sort of feels like that because the eyes are open and glassy, and these people are clearly responding to something, something that you can't see.
Mm. Okay. Sorry, Sage, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, Kara's just gonna shout out, Vlad, Kristoff, and hope that.
Yeah, they turn around like instantly terrified, like raising. Kristoff, takes a battle axe off of his back, and Vlad does the same with the sword as they turn towards you and look surprised to see you standing there. And Kristoff is like, "You made it as well. Then do you know what's going on?"
No.
No, but I think this is Rem's doing personally. I think she must have waited knowing that we would try and contact the sisters, that we would try and reach out towards our deities, and took advantage of that, and has now transported us. The runes that Valerius, Gidget, and Whizban were working on, they must have been planned. Must have allowed this keep to be transported.
Then we've played right into her hands. We did everything she expected, and here we are. Damn it! And he kind of like shoves the pommel of his like blade down against the ground, which cracks some of the stone off, and he is just wired so tightly, but with like a exhalation of control, kind of focuses back, and Vlad says, "They are lost. All of them. I can
Lost?
hear them. They're crying out for help. But they are lost." And he looks kind of upwards at this canopy of strung up individuals.
Vlad, is this something that this situation, is this something that you've experienced before or that you're familiar with?
This in particular? No. But I know what it is to be so lost that there seems there is no way out.
Rem is severing the threads of fate.
Well, if she has, then we are in trouble. And he kind of points his sword upwards and indicates towards the general mass of people. And why don't you all go ahead and make me some perception checks standing down here, kind of looking up to see what he's pointing at.
25.
Oh, girl.
Oh, Jesus.
18.
Okay. I think
16.
Yeah, I think that's all probably enough. Maybe Kara with some help. You can spot it. But Vlad is pointing to a few figures up there. You see the familiar face of Isolde is strung up amidst there, as well as Gidget. And perhaps the most startling one, hanging kind of in the center, you see this small, hunched figure wearing a robe that kind of comes down over her eyes so you can't quite see the face. It looks like one of the Sisters of Sorrow. It looks like Clotho.
Is that the middle sister?
How dare you? Leave my podcast.
Right now!
Leave my cursed podcast.
You are exiled.
Oh my gosh. Do we see, I mean, anything else other than up? Like, is there another option other than to go up? Do we have to...
Other than that, there's just this cavern, this vacuous cavern of blackness down below you. There doesn't seem to be any other balcony, ledge, way to go, passageway, just this stone ceiling that has this horrible display up above and the cavern down below.
And past, like, where we can see the people, do, like, the strings just keep going?
It looks like they
Further.
kind of disappear into the ceiling. So whatever is, like, tugging from beyond... This is clearly not, like, a logical material effect here. These people aren't, like, hung by anchors or anything. It's just this horrible webbing of threads that has all of these people caught up and hanging on the ceiling.
Fuck.
And Kristoff says, we had no way to get up there, but perhaps if we could get some of them down, maybe we can free them from this, whatever this is.
Can I do, like, an Arcana check? I'm afraid that if we detach them, then they'll actually die. Like, I don't want to mess with that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll. I'll say this is going to be pretty hard. Because this is very bizarre.
And I will use my inspiration that I've been holding on to
Woo!
for 90 years.
Here we go. It's the time to
And
use it.
guidance myself. Natural 20 plus 1.
Damn.
Thank God, because the other one was a 2.
Okay. So looking at these people, honestly, it doesn't seem like there's anything physically wrong with them. This seems to be maybe a symptom of the plane itself. Because if all of these people were here, and you look up and you recognize that most of these people here seem to be those adventurers that you saw. The people who had gathered here, the agents of the Sisters of Sorrow. It's familiar faces that are hanging up there. So maybe this is something that just happened to them when they came to this place. You're not really 100% sure, because how can you be? But I don't know. It seems like you're going to certainly need to talk to some of them to figure out how to get out of here, at any rate.
Okay, well, do you think we should go small, or do you think we should go big and try to get Clotho and hope that she's got, like, God shit, and regardless of what happens, she's not really in danger of dying?
Saya turns to Kristoff and Vlad and just tells them, please keep a close eye out, sharp eye for Aaron and Valerius. The Rem or whoever did this needed someone who knew our grounds well enough to make this happen. Perhaps more than one set of hands. There are
course.
people here, I'm sure you have suspected, who have been helping Rem.
Yes. We don't see them up there, but there are others who are missing who we haven't seen as well. It seems that perhaps whenever this happened, we all ended up in different places. I know Vlad and I, well, Vlad found me, of course. But perhaps we all ended up in disparate places. You are all the first we've seen. other than each other. Yeah, Brittany, raising your hand.
While I'm listening to this, I want to quietly kind of just do a reachy outy thing for Aaron with the asylum's class.
So I think you used it already. Isn't it one per day? 3 times
Message? I mean, I also have that telepathy feat, but I don't know what the distance on that is.
Yeah, I will say, because this
Are you all on the same plane of existence?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to find out.
I am going to say your message is not received. You feel like it didn't get to where you wanted it to go. And you're not sure if it's a symptom of this place, or if somebody didn't pick up, or if he's dead. You're not really sure. It could be any of those.
Oh, it is once per dawn. Okay, so I can't really sense him.
No.
All right, that's alarming. But doesn't give that much information.
Yeah, and Christoph does say, I know the people who have worked here and worked with me. I can't believe that their portrayal will be so complete or open as to do this. And he kind of looks at the ceiling up above. I know you have your suspicions, but until I see something, I will not doubt my comrades.
Fair enough. I just wanted to give you some sort of warning, at least to stay on your feet.
Yes,
on
of
your
course.
toes.
That is sensible advice.
I think we should find the room where we had first encountered the tapestry of fate.
And
Or at least find some way to access it.
And I think as you say that, Kara, that sound rings out again. The sound of a thread being cut.
Does it sound like it's coming from any sort of distinct location ahead of us?
No, it's like surround sound speakers are like illustrating this sound. It comes from nowhere and everywhere at the same time, and it's no greater or lesser in volume where you are. It seems to be like a universal sound that rings out equally across this place.
So looking at the ceiling, do we see anyone get added after we hear this?
No.
Or subtracted?
Yeah.
No. It seems the sound has nothing to do with what is happening here.
Only thing I can think of, because I don't know how we would get to that specific room, because the only way we found this room was by following a string, and the only strings I see are up above. So I think that we need to interact with this in some way, whether it's getting information from one of these people somehow or following.
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Following the string. That's the only thing we got so far.
Does detect magic show anything different?
No.
Looking up?
These people don't seem to be under any kind of enchantment or nefarious magic. You just see, I mean, these strings are part of the same magic that is woven together to make this place.
So kind of, they're just background, magically speaking.
Yeah, it seems like the environment is doing something to these people.
So I'm going to speak up with that revelation and say, I think these are people that we love and know, but I think this is one of those things that's a distraction. Because it's literally tugging on our strings to want to help them. But I don't think that this is something that we need to focus on at the moment.
And Christoph says, we can't leave them up there.
Christoph, you probably don't have a lot of experience in magical realms. And I'm telling you, well, I'm just telling you.
He grits his
gonna be
jaw
fine.
And looks at you.
If that's even them, I can't even confirm that those are even our friends. This might be an illusion. We are in a magical place. And it's meant, like, the whole purpose of this is to challenge us against, like, our goal is to, we're in the Sisters of Sorrows realm. And everything here is a test. And we've already been through a bunch of these together. And we've reported back to you. You've literally seen us come back from these missions, like, real fucked up. So welcome to our world. I'm not saying this to challenge you. I'm saying this because I believe it.
After Arnadel says that, though, Saya wants to, like, walk face to face to Kristoff and say, if you would like, I would fly up there with my Fey wings and just check in if you'd like me to get a closer look at them. I don't want you to feel like you're abandoning anyone.
It would bring me great comfort to know that they are at least alive. I really do need to know if there's anything we can do for them before we move on from this. I can't just walk away.
Of course. I understand. And right away, Saya's gonna put on her Fey flight wings and flap on up.
Yeah.
You want butterfly, sugar, baby.
I was like, no, girl, you gotta say it.
Butterfly sugar baby.
I'm like a bird. I want to fly away. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, yeah, you can certainly fly up there. Is there any one in particular you're going towards first, or just kind of investigating the closest person?
I'd like to go to Isolde first.
Sure. So, yeah, as you fly up there, it is uncomfortable because you are, like, navigating between bodies of, like, slightly twitching people as you're making your way there. And up close, you can really see just how atrocious this is. It looks like somebody has taken needles and sewn each thread through the bits of the skin that are hanging them up there. And these threads are delicate and fine, and it makes no sense that they could be holding up bodies like this. But you do make your way towards Isolde, who, is hanging there sort of with her head down, her pale hair dripping, over her shoulders. And you see her face is kind of moving back and forth. She has that glassy-eyed stare that the others do, but you realize her mouth is moving very, very slowly. She seems to be saying something.
Big up.
Yeah, you lean in, and
What?
she is mouthing, lost.
Isolde, can you hear me?
She doesn't respond.
Are you in this realm with us?
She doesn't respond.
Okay. That's enough for me. I'll fly back down.
While you're up there, why don't you just go ahead and give me a perception check?
Okay. That's a 23.
Oh, shit. Okay. So you're, like, up there. You're in the thick of it. So you're seeing all of this up close and personal. And while it seems like it's just a sea of all of these people in this very similar state, you catch the flash of something golden trailing across the shoulders of one of the figures, Clotho, the sister, hanging upside down, sort of spinning gently in the center of this place. She's not wrapped up so much as the other ones are. It's almost like she is more like a spider, sort of caught from the central string and dangling. And that thread trails over a shoulder blade and disappears into her robe.
Maybe I will fly over there then and just get a little closer look.
Yeah. And as you do, and she continues to spin, she's the only one hung upside down compared to the other people in this room. And
Like
as
she
you
got
get there,
tangled.
And as you get there, you can see, yeah, her chin, is pointed towards the base of this cavern here. And she seems to say something to you as you approach in a husky, quiet, cracked voice. She's here, Saye. She's breached our walls. You must stop her.
Rem?
Yes. Carry downwards, form the steps. Tell a truth about yourself you would not like heard spoken, and the steps will appear. Push on. She has my sisters. Oh, gods. And she looks completely limp and strange. And her face, usually, when you look at the sisters, you can't tell what age they are. They seem to shift between, but Clotho now looks so old, ancient, like wrinkled paper about to disintegrate if you were to blow too hard on her.
As if she probably wouldn't respond to another question.
She seems to be awake, compared to everybody else here.
Can we find you somewhere, anywhere, to help you?
I am here. I am real. A victim of our own design, it seems. Everyone who steps into our realm without purpose ends up here. And it seems my purpose has been taken. I am lost, just like all of them. And she says them with disgust, with contempt. Those who have lost the path of their destiny end up here.
Ooh.
All these sad, spinning people, ignoring their fates, defying their fates, or simply losing them. How foolish to live without purpose.
What their fate is and know when they're on the right path or not. I think one person is to blame for all of this, causing all of this, why they're lost in the first place. So we'll bring them to justice. But obviously, you're a perfect example of why all of that isn't worth the time to judge and think little of these people. You're clearly in the same position as all of them.
You are in my realm, do not forget. I have been taken out, but my two sisters remain. Have some respect if you wish to move here in safety.
Don't worry, I'll bring you to safety. And I fly back down. I will relay what I've seen and heard. I don't believe Isolde is conscious or quite exactly herself up there, nor Gidget. Maybe, but as far as I can tell, they're alive, and they don't seem to be under any kind of harm. We somehow need to bring ourselves back from this realm to our own with them in one piece. Hopefully. I'm not sure how, but The sister up there told me that we should go down these steps, reveal a truth that we would not like to reveal, and something is going to happen because of that.
Didn't we do this? Wait a second. We did this before. We had to get into some cold ass water.
You had to give a memory last time we were here, and it seems like perhaps they're asking for something similar, to speak a truth about yourself that you would not like to speak.
So an ugly memory. We're sharing an ugly memory with each other now.
No,
this time.
Truth, which is different from a memory.
All right.
Very different. Much more painful. I'm gonna let y'all think for a minute. I'll refill my glass. And,
Yeah.
I want to know what the fuck Gidget is whispering, okay?
Also, like, what kind of fucking truth are we all gonna share? I don't even know. Like, what is...
I have an idea.
I think I do. Oh, I do.
I'm just annoyed at this middle sister trying to be like, ooh, all these idiots who don't know what they're doing with their lives.
Right? I was like, all right,
The
babe,
irony.
stop talking.
Who
Stop.
hasn't been there? My God.
That's called your 20s, baby.
We can't all be gods, motherfucker. Damn.
That's my life as a millennial. Shut up.
Cannot
I say
relate.
that's your 20s, and here I am drifting into 30s very soon. Here, like, shit. Oh, okay.
God damn.
At least we know what direction to go now. That's good. Though what Gidget is whispering will haunt me forever, because Izol is clearly talking about how she doesn't know what the fuck to do now that she's not like the vessel or whatever the fuck for the sisters. Poor baby.
So, here we are. You all are standing on this platform. Both Kristoff and Vlad are sort of watching you all.
Yeah,
kind of nervously.
You know, like the dad stance when they don't know how to fix a problem.
Yeah,
so
and they're just like,
with their hands on their
oh,
heads.
yeah, that's them right now.
I'm just staring up at Saye, not making eye contact with them because Farrah's like, I don't fucking know. Anyone see a string?
After Saye shares that we have to head to the stairs and share truth about ourselves that we don't want to speak.
Oh, yeah. You see no stairs, by the way, in this room. Just this vacuous cavern down below.
They said we have to say the truth to summon them, is what they said to Saye, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, got it. Got it. Okay, got it. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Kara's gonna like stand towards the edge, kind of awkwardly off and away from everyone else, and she's gonna cross her arms and she's gonna say out loud, but like as quietly as she can.
Mood.
I feel like everyone else likes me more than I like them. And they always talk about sisterhood, and I'm like, yeah, but we gotta do our job first. And I feel really bad that I feel like I don't like them as much.
Farrah just looks at her, she's like, well, shit, okay.
It haunts her in her sleep.
And you see Kara before you, at the edge of this balcony. This green disc of light appears, just big enough for one person to stand on.
She will go and stand on that disc.
And as you do, it's alarming because it starts to move immediately, like an elevator bringing you down into the darkness. So you all watch Kara just start to descend.
Farrah's gonna like stand up right at the edge, and she's gonna say out loud, I know I pretend like I don't want the power of being the leader of the Sisters of Sorrow, but I'm not going to let it go because I don't want to keep being a disappointment.
And this golden disc appears at the edge of the platform, waiting for you.
she'll step on and kind of like sheepishly like look back at the other
Yeah, and you begin to, you don't have to look at Saya and Arnadel long before you start to disappear.
Ugh.
I think Sai and I like just look at each other.
Yeah, we just
like,
scare them like right away.
do you think they can hear after they descend? Right? Like, who's going last?
Oh, they for sure can hear.
Oh,
Because it's magic and this is painful.
fucking magic.
Yeah.
I'll step forward and I look at Saya. Like, I think my eyes start to water a little bit. And I say, whew, in spite of holding an infinite universe of love in my scarred heart for you, my friends, I am contractually bound to follow my patron's wishes. And I was reminded of this fine print recently, and I am ashamed to admit I have been in denial about that looming fact.
And a blue disc appears, and you can step on forward, and it begins to carry you down. And Saya, you are standing there now with Kristoff and Vlad, who've been watching all of this happen. And Kristoff turns to Vlad, and they exchange a glance. And Vlad says, "I will stay and make sure they are not harmed. Go, Kristoff." And
Bless you, Vlad.
Kristoff, turns to you, Saya, and said, "If you will have me, Saya, I wish to aid you however I can in this place."
Please.
Mm-hmm. And he steps forward to the edge and he says, "I feel it more and more. The monster in me is going to come out any minute, and this might be what breaks me."
What?
And this
Yeah, what the fuck?
this like lime green disc appears, and he steps onto it and begins to drift downwards.
Fuck, what does that mean?
That was Kristoff, by the way, chat. I know you all going Vlad, but
Yeah,
No,
Vlad's
Vlad
cool.
stand behind. We don't want to know what Vlad has to say. We
Ooh,
want to keep loving him.
I would keep loving him.
Let
so
us
bad.
let us all shame.
I mean, yeah, like I would too, but like also like
So Saya,
What's I gonna say?
Saya's just like, fuck y'all, the green disc shows up.
I'm ashamed
out.
of how perfect I am.
No, I mean truly, like Saya does not know what to say because like she has tried to live as honestly as she could her whole life. I don't know.
I mean, so have I.
No, I mean with everything, how I feel about all of you and the people I work with and all that stuff. So
it could be a perception of yourself too, a truth about yourself, something that you know, but you don't want to hear out loud. Is the requirement. So there's a lot of things.
I mean, the one thing that keeps popping out is that she's okay. I have always been so desperate for a family to love that I feel like maybe I put too much love and time in a family that I found here that doesn't feel the same for me or wouldn't do the same for me, but I would die for them anyway.
And a burnished orange disc appears, waiting for you to descend also into the dark.
She kind of sadly walks onto it. It's like, God, fuck! I didn't want that to be.
Can the rest of us hear each other fucking crying like on this little
Oh yeah,
descent?
you can all hear each other perfectly because the nature of this kind of magic.
Oh, I'm crying hard.
And you begin to all fall. It seems like an eternity. in total darkness around you. It doesn't matter that if it's magical or real darkness or anything. You can't see anything. You are just alone with your thoughts and what you have admitted to yourself for what seems like forever. Until far down below, you see a sort of a lavender glow, and you move closer and closer towards it, and the world starts to take shape again as you are deposited in this beautiful space. It takes you a moment for your brain to like switch from the darkness to where you are now, but you are standing on paved stone, next to like delicately molded benches around you, and you see that there is like immaculately trimmed shrubbery surrounding you. You see that in all directions for miles. You are standing in a beautiful stretch of gardens filled with statuary and flowers and fountains that stretch as far as the eye can see. And up above, the sky is in a perpetual state of twilight with lavenders and deep pinks, that perfect moment right before true night comes, and you can still see the stars that have begun to dot the sky. And you all are standing there together in front of one of these large fountain, like reflecting pools. You can hear bird song. The air smells like jasmine. It's beautiful here.
Oh, you mean it, Katie?
Once everybody arrives, Farrah kind of looks at everyone and she's like, I see you guys. I want you to know that I'm going to be here for you all. And whatever we decide as a group, that's what I'm sticking with. None of the things that I heard from you guys are going to make me change my mind. And Kristoff, what were you talking about there? Because yours was pretty ambiguous and you got a disc too, but I still don't know what you're talking about.
I have struggled my whole life to find my place. My family life was complicated. I have never been respected or trusted before coming to this position that I'm now in, and I'm not going to pretend I didn't do bad things in my past. I did horrible things. I am here for redemption in all things I do, to make up for the lives I took once. And that plagues me, and is always beneath the surface.
Kara gives him like a firm nod of respect.
He looks
The
at you.
story's only over when you decide it is, so
Yes.
make up for it and then some.
I don't know if I can make up completely for what I've done, but I'm here to do my best.
Say, I just want to give you a hug because no, it's happening. Just gonna go and wrap her arms around Saya, and she's like, I haven't even been here very long, but I care deeply about you. And I don't know precisely what you feel for me. I can't read anyone's mind, but I feel like it's got to be at some similar level.
Girl is to the moon and back. I fucking love all of you. So let's get this done because I personally can't handle more truth session right now. I'd like this to be over with. I love you. She's like holding your face with both her hands. We're all gonna get through this, okay? We have each other's backs. And she's just gonna march forward because she truly can't handle like another second of looking at any of them.
Yeah. And
she's
Chess's voice rings out saying, "Oh, this is just so heartbreaking. You can't write this stuff."
Farrah like bites her bottom lip and she's like, "Shut up. Trying to be a leader."
Sorry, no, yes. Oh.
I just linger quietly.
Kara
And
refuses to look at any of you. It's just staring
I-
at the ground.
I just quietly follow, like in the very back.
Yeah. Where are you going? You seem to have miles of this beautiful twilight, starlit garden in front of you.
Is there just like a general string check?
Yeah, make me a general string check. Make me a whale tail check.
What's our end game here? What are we trying to do? What are we trying to accomplish? That's gonna tell us how we get to where we're going.
We're trying to find their parlor, right? Where we saw the tapestry at hand.
I want to find Rem. Like, I don't know about this like tapestry. I glanced at it when I met everybody, but
Well,
you know, it's a tapestry. I want to find the person causing this.
well, the whole thing about that tapestry that we all looked at was that it was going to unravel and there was like a sore spot in it. And if we
The
could,
big tangly thing.
yeah,
So you saw it.
which might have something to do with the sounds that we keep hearing, and that might be the control panel
And I
to
think that
reality.
is punctuated by a bing as another thread is cut. That makes
Yeah, I think we
4
gotta
if
find that.
anyone is counting.
Yeah.
Oh,
How many?
right.
4.
Wasn't, but I
4.
am now. Thanks, girl.
Just
2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think we got to find that tapestry.
Yeah, that thing looked very important. That sold me. I thought you meant decor, but now I'm on board
No.
with your plan. Okay. Yes, let's find that. So made of strings. So I still would like to make a general string check.
okay. Yes. I will say you can use a Arcana, religion, or perception are all acceptable.
Oh, okay. 19?
Yeah. And you see, true to form, a thread like whip behind one of these, tall plants that has been sculpted to look like an elephant standing on one leg.
Yeah. Farrah's gonna point it out and like excitedly yell string.
All right. So do you all run off in that direction?
Yes.
I am. I'm easily distracted.
All right. So you do, and you continue on, and you follow the string through some twists and turns, and you come to more intersections with beautiful fountains, and turn once again, see beautiful statues, and it feels like it's getting very, very repetitive until you open up into this kind of square courtyard. And as you look up from the string on the ground, you realize you were staring back at yourself, Farrah. And other Farrah stands there looking at you. She's got the same kind of like teal hair that's been like cropped really short and you think kind of burned off in some places. One of her horns is broken and she's dressed in just this god awful like apocalypse. Farrah is basically all you can describe. And she kind of stops and looks at you, looking at her, and she's like, "What are you doing here?"
What are you doing here? You look like shit.
You don't look like shit. What's
Thank
going
you.
on? What?
I don't know. I'm following the string. Do you have better advice?
You all are alive? And she looks back at Saye, Kara, and Arnadel saying, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Wait. Back up, you beautiful bitch. They're dead where you are? I thought I just got here first, so that's why you're here.
No, they're dead. They're all dead.
Okay. Well,
I don't. Yeah, and she's like, I don't, and kind of backs up from you and like goes and kind of like sits down and she's like, oh, ugly fountain, and sits down. I'm sorry, Okay, you start.
Sure. Actually, I'm going to tell you to start because nothing has fucking happened yet. We just showed up here and we're following a string. So what happened to you so I can not fucking do that?
Okay, this is the second time I've been here trying to get some help because last time we were here, everybody died and I only got out because of chess.
Thanks, Jess. But
He's like, no problem.
um okay, so are you just like, here, what have you seen so far? Like, has it just been the crazy hanging people and the garden, or has something else happened to
I
you?
don't know. I was brought here and now I've been wandering around and I'm not sure what's happening, but everything is so weird now. I mean, without the gods, it all kind of fell apart. Everyone lost their power. It was all gone and the world just fell into chaos and it was a fucking mess. How the fuck are you here?
Well, the gods aren't gone yet.
I saw you die. You were a giant woman and you died.
What?
Oh, Kara, don't even. You got like flung off into some threads and choked to death. I watched it. And Arnadel, you fucking betrayed us. You fucking betrayed us and worked with Aaron. What the fuck is going on? And as Farah, other Farah, says this to you, she suddenly disappears. And you all are standing there in this courtyard.
What?
What the fuck? Farah immediately like takes out her flask and takes a big swig.
I grab it from you too, and I turn around to all of you. I would fucking not. I would not.
So it just shouts out to the space like, we're not falling for your goddamn tricks, okay? So
Okay,
bring it on.
Like, everybody stay away from all the things that she said you died from. Arnie, I know that's not really
I would not. I told him. I basically broke up with him before last night because he was giving me some weird vibes. Like I'm sorry.
Wait, you
what
broke
is
up with
it?
Aaron? I thought you meant. I thought she
didn't.
was talking about the Raven Queen.
I didn't break up with Aaron. Like I just, I told him like chicks before dicks. Like.
Sure. But what about your queen?
I mean, I told you my truth,
That's-
my ugly truth. I did tell you I love you deeply, and I want to ignore that fact, and I've done a pretty good job about being in denial about it. But my queen fucking reminded me right before I ended up here. I finally got to. Did I tell you I got to talk to her?
That didn't come up, no.
Oh, well, I mean, there's been pressing matters, but I guess, yeah, like right before all this world shit turned the way that it did, I reached out to her because I've been wanting to talk to her to see if I could get some answers about this whole fucked up situation. And I talked to her, and she kindly reminded me that like I'm kind of in this fucking contract here, and it's one of those things that like we were all here for. And I guess I just got real excited about it without really thinking about the reality of it. And so that's kind of been weighing in. So
is there like a no magic option to not following the Raven Queen? I fucked someone and got magic. So, I mean, there's options out there.
I mean, yeah, I've studied it extensively, especially after talking to that fucking Titan. Now I'm kind of curious about maybe severing this contract, but I don't know what the consequences are of ending this contract. Like, we've all been in a lease. Like, I mean, breaking a contract isn't the easiest thing. And it's like, maybe the Raven Queen is on all of our sides. I don't know. I just want you to know that I love you deeply, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think I want to. So just there we are.
So, Sage, I believe you had a
Please.
Yeah.
Kara's not going to say anything, but you can see the sort of mental cogs sort of turning in her head as she kind of will turns her back to all of you, and you see from behind she's crossing her arms and sort of looking off, but her head is spinning with the conversation or the what she told to Arnadel after we fought the anathema about how maybe Arnadel shouldn't be here, the Sisters of Sorrow of contracts, and her ties to these otherworldly beings.
Considering that, I think that the whole like truth session on elevator of truth situation, Arnadel's kind of feeling it. She's like, I thought I was making the right choices, and I think maybe I shouldn't be around people because obviously I got some major soul searching to do, and everything that I've tried thinking that it was the right thing hasn't worked out. And you can't feel sorry for yourself after an entire village of elves gets decimated, or the potential like reality of a world, depending on what your patron wants out of that. It's not a good enough excuse. So she's kind of just like, she sees your body language, Kara, and she doesn't say anything. She's like, you were right, and you're right again, is her thought.
I think Kara's gonna focus on the idea of Rem, and like, I don't know, she has the image of in her mind of like Rem holding like a pair of scissors and like cutting at the threads of this tapestry that was once revealed to the maidens, and imagining that that parlor they were in, and really focus on that image and look around.
And I think this time, Kara, you're the one who sees another flash of gold as that thread continues pulling you forward somewhere else.
She will just start beelining it without a word to any of you.
And you do. And as y'all kind of race around the next corner, you do see that something is breaking up this long stretch of just gardens around you. In the distance, you can see a domed structure of some kind, far away from where you are, but appears like white marbled, very Greek as you're looking at it far in the distance. But you don't have too much time to consider that, because Kara, as you round the corner, you come face to face with yourself. Except old, really old, because dwarves live a very long time, and this Kara certainly has. And she is sitting there on the edge of the bench, kind of perched in an uncomfortable sort of gesture. You see there's like a shield that's been propped up under one of her feet to kind of get her back settled, and she goes, Kara! What the hell are you doing here? She kind of gums at you across the way. You're so young.
Good God. There's some fucked up shit going on. What have you been through?
I don't know. What have you been through? Is this real? I don't know. I've started to see things that aren't so real. Is that everybody? That's the whole gang. And she looks behind you at Sai, Arnadel, and Farah.
Yeah, we're all alive. We're in some extra dimension, and we gotta kick the piss out of Rem.
Oh, yeah. I did that. 400 years ago. It went pretty great.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It went so great. And, Moradin kind of set me up for life. And, I opened that tavern that we always used to dream about. And, Gidget and I patched things up, and now we have like 20 kids. And it's,
That's adorable.
It's been great. But, you tell me about your adventures. It's been so long. I feel like I haven't, been out there in a long time. I can't even remember the last time I, held a sword.
Kara's gonna take out hand axe from her bag and give it to herself, and she'll say, it's no sword, but it'll make do. But if I'm gonna get to where you are, I gotta keep going.
Yeah, and you see, other Kara handles the sword and drops it. She fumbles with it. Like she hasn't held a sword in so long. It's actually sort of embarrassing. And she goes, "Oh,
Awkward.
sorry, like I said, after that big fight, I guess I just didn't need to fight anymore. I kind of forgot."
Oh my god, Kara's fucking livid. Like, you almost see fire shoot up in her eyes as she just starts storming off.
Wait,
Pulls out her sword.
Wait, no, all right. And this Kara turns back to Saya, Arnadel, and Farah and is like, "What's her problem?"
I don't know, girl. I rooted for
All
this future the entire time.
complacency.
It's ridiculous. You go on ahead, and you know what? You just listen to me, okay? And you're all gonna be okay. Well, except for you. And points to Farah.
Wow!
You're gonna die.
Okay, but like how descriptive?
Well, you got that traitor god thing going on, so the sisters, they just wipe you out. Moradin, too, they're in on it. You gotta go.
What?
Who's
Hold, hold on, I feel like that's some very pertinent information
Wait,
that
what
just
did you
got
say?
spilled.
Who's in on it?
Oh, no, because, you all saved the sisters. And the sisters are like, "Oh, Farah, you have that god in you. What the hell's that about?"
Oh,
And then
That is my
Moradin is
sexual
also like,
history, none of their business.
"Oh, yeah, you traitors." And, they just, like, wipe you off the face of the earth, Farah. You're just like a big boom, and then you're just gone.
Well, it is the way I would want to go.
I think I remember we fucked once, and I look on that fondly. But
It was a good time. Thank
you know
you.
what? Honestly, reflecting on it, you had to go. You were chaos. I was gonna be a much better leader for the Sisters of Zara, but they also just fucking fell apart after all that. So.
This is amazing.
I can't honestly say that you're wrong, but I hope that doesn't happen.
Okay.
wow.
I mean, that's exactly the way it happens. I'm just helping you.
Okay.
If you don't want to listen, you don't want to listen.
Go smooch.
I love
Gidget
future me.
and your 900 children. Maybe this isn't the future I want anymore. Have a nice day, madam.
Right.
And Farah's gonna walk off after.
You take care. And you all can walk into the next area, leaving other Kara far behind.
Yeah.
Fucked once and I look back on that fondly. It's true.
Same.
No
Same.
truer words.
And a 400-year Kara did not forget. Kara forgot to hold the sword, but did not forget that.
It is the post of
After
our
all that
friendship.
vodka,
The
too.
support post. Yeah.
Or tequila.
Man, she's pissing me off today, but ooh, that one time. Okay.
Oh.
What's next?
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I'm horrified, but I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you continue onwards?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Horrified.
Nobody
but in a
wants to
pleasant way.
stay.
So, I will say, you continue following this thread. And with each turn, with each corner, with each bend you round, you begin to see other versions of yourself. All of you. Younger, older, much older, some of you dead on the ground as you begin to encounter versions of yourselves, versions from the past, versions of yourself in the present if things had been different, versions of yourself in the future, the manifold future that stands before you where all possibilities can unfold. You see tragic things, you see horrible things, and these images of yourself begin to dog you. They begin to follow you around, and you cannot shake the voices in your head, questioning every single thing. if this happens, then that will happen. But what if this happens and then something else happens? And this manifold, it's mind-boggling. But you manage to stomach it far enough with that domed shape, that building far off in the distance, and you manage to come finally towards the edge of this place. It seems to be the center of whatever this long expanse is. And you see now that, yes, it is this beautiful domed structure just entirely made of white marble. You can't see the entirety of it. It seems to be that's the facade of the building that leads kind of into a deeper sort of Grecian temple. But the courtyard out in front of it has this gorgeous round fountain. And the only weird thing about it is the statue in the center. You would expect something beautiful or wonderful, but you just see this hunched crone standing there, petrified in marble, as you recognize another of the sisters, Lachesis, who has been frozen there. And that's not the only strange thing about this place. Sitting on the edge of this fountain is a very familiar dragonborn. You see his green scales look immaculate in the starlight, as Valerius kind of turns to you all and looks very sad. He calls out before you step into this courtyard, saying, "Don't move. If you move in any closer, this whole place has been sort of trapped. So stay there and let's chat, if you don't mind."
Ooh. Are you okay?
Yes, I am fine for now, but I'm afraid I must stop you where you are. You cannot move beyond this place until Rem has finished what she's doing. I cannot allow you to move beyond this place until Rem has finished what she's doing.
If we're gonna stand here, why don't you give us a little bit more detail?
What
her
happened?
Snipping plans are up to.
You really haven't figured it out yet? He looks at you all kind of with narrowed golden eyes.
Sorcerer, not a wizard. Not usually something I have to clarify.
Yes.
Wouldn't ask if we knew, man.
That,
Little rude, but you're pretty, so I'll let you have it, Valerius.
Fair enough. No. Fair enough. Rem is, destroying the Weave of Fate. As we stand here, she gets ever closer to destroying it.
Well, I mean, we could gather that, but I think the more pertinent question is, well, at least for me, is why?
Really?
Why?
You haven't thought about the
Ramifications?
Please explain.
Yeah, I think you're forgetting that we all have a lot of forgiveness, trust, and compassion in our hearts. So it is a bit boggling.
Oh, yes.
So spell it out for us.
I feel like I have a lot of pieces and I don't know how to complete the puzzle.
Because, yeah, I mean,
I see.
same.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, here it is. I might as well explain it, because there are two outcomes that I can see here. I explain why this is important, you all agree with me, and then you sit here and wait, and it will be what it will be. The second option, I have to keep you busy for as long as possible for Rem to complete her work. And I don't think I can take on all of you, but I think I can give you quite a fighting chance. And I think it's necessary.
Why are you?
That didn't answer our question.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to sort of spell out the situation before delving into it.
The traps made that pretty clear.
Oh, yes,
so
yes. Okay.
Let's start. Yeah.
Well, Rem specifically told me that she thought it would be horrendous to have to give a villainous monologue, which I agree with. I think it's just blasé. So I am here to answer whatever questions you might have. Yes, Rem is destroying... Oh, yes,
We'd
yes.
just like to try and find Rem, because fuck all of the stalling. It's like looking around like, okay, how do we get past this?
Yeah, no, you have the feeling that Rem is definitely in whatever that structure is behind Valerius, with this big fuck you field that he seems to be sitting in the perfect middle of, and he did very much say traps. Sorry, Nassim, what was that?
Saya's on the complete same page as Kara, and she's just getting more and more infuriated by every word he's saying. So I want to be like reading on Kara's energy, and like if Kara's about to like
100%.
make some kind of break, I'm there to support you.
Okay.
I'll cast something.
Yeah, Kara's like visibly looking around like, oh, traps you say? Okay, let's go get a little lay of the land. Can I make a path?
Farrell
Before you
is
get
trying to
to
do
it.
everything in her body language to try to like keep his attention on her.
Mm.
So that as he's explaining, he's like looking at her body language, which is like very invested in hearing what he has to say, and just trying to like do the like oh okay, so that they can investigate anything that they need to. I don't know if I need to roll like a performance check or whatever. I will do it.
I think Valerius is perfectly content that if anybody walks into the area, that will satisfy whatever he needs it to satisfy. So he, let me know. I'm going to start talking, and Saye and Kara, if you walk into the scene in the middle of this, just let me know when. And we'll resolve that. So,
Let me look.
Valerius says, yes, so as I mentioned, Rem is destroying the weave of fate itself, which is, of course, the providence of the Sisters of Sorrow. Destroying the weave will likely have a great many connotations for the world. Of course, one, severing the concept of destiny. So people will no longer be tethered to what it is that the gods have ordained.
I
Quite honestly.
have a thing I would like to do.
Okay.
Kara's just looking around and is just like thinking about all the fucking arcane traps that Valerius has probably set. And she focuses on Moradin, about this great cosmic creator, and thinking that I just wish he would destroy all of these traps for them, as she's going to use her divine intervention.
Cool. Let's read that, because you have to roll and try and get like a sneaky number, right?
Yes, so
Okay.
as an action, you request your deity's aid and roll a percentile die. If
Hell
the
yeah.
number rolled is equal to or less than your cleric level, your deity intervenes.
Woo! Okay.
If successful, you can't use this for 7 days. Otherwise, you can use it after a long rest.
All right, buddy. So we have to roll under, what is the number?
10?
Under
Right,
10?
equal to less. Number is equal to or less than your cleric level. Yes. So that is going to be 10.
Okay.
Let's
Let's go ahead and roll it.
Morning,
Oh my
come
gosh.
through.
I'm dying. I'm like sweating.
I don't have anything that can like subtract numbers too, so I'm like,
Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm so nervous. I'm just gonna keep.
You got this, you've 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 got this.
come on, Beardy
You
boy.
got this.
Oh, it's a 50. Boo!
And Valeri says, your gods aren't listening to you in another god realm. What? I'm trying to tell you reasonable information here. You're seriously not going to listen.
I'm listening.
You're acting like you're listening. I can read that all in your body language. Anyway, where was I? Valerius has to start again. Destroying the weave.
I feel really fucking sad. Like, is Valerius waiting for us to like step within this little circle? Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Valerius is earnestly trying to tell you whatever he's trying to tell you so you don't step in the circle. I think that's very clear on the inside. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want
Okay.
whatever is in the circle to get to you. Is the
Can
thing.
I cast hold person on him, please?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna fucking try then.
Okay.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw. They need to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Him. A 28.
Fine. Fine.
I'm just gonna telegraph that.
Then I'm
this
gonna
is not
fly
a
up
mage
to
fuck
him with my goddamn dragonfly wings.
You're gonna fly up to him?
Is he in the circle or is he just on the outside of it?
Oh no, he's at the center of whatever this circle of it just looks like open area is. Oh, he's got a ring of just like bare ass ground just surrounding him, and this fountain that, by the way, has a petrified one of the Sisters of Sorrow in the fountain. But y'all don't seem intimidated, so I don't know. I'm pointing that out.
Well, there's no point in talking to this motherfucker.
Farah, if she
feel.
sees you go ahead and how far are we away from him right now?
Maybe like 60 feet.
Farah's gonna take a step back if she sees Saya going towards, but grab her hand and give her like the eyes.
What are the eyes?
And she's just gonna like grab the rest of her party and step 5 feet back, and she's gonna cast anti-magic field.
Oh, neat.
Wait, does not move. Hold on.
No, I think you
10
drop
foot
it.
anti-magic surrounds you. This area is always in the sphere. Spells can't be cast. Summoned creatures can't disappear. Spell ends the sphere. The sphere moves with you, centered on you.
Oh, cool. He's going to counterspell it.
Can't at 60 feet away. Or 65 feet away, because I stepped back.
Oh, rude. That's very rude.
I am very rude. Thank you for
That's handling it.
That's handling it. It's extremely rude. And I respect it. All right, so you run anti-magic field. And he goes, oh, I'm not going to kill any of you. That's my promise to you. Other than that, I can't make any promises. And he stands up and takes this the staff from his back that you have never seen before. It's beautiful. It's like one carved singular staff, almost like made of birch, that has just this vibrant green emerald that perfectly matches his skin at its top here. So Farah, you're 5 feet back from that range. Are you running into the center here?
Yep, 65 feet away.
Okay.
With my friendos.
And what are
I'm
you
not
doing?
running in though. I'm walking. I'm not gonna like set off 18 traps running in.
Kara is going to depress all of the buttons on her shield to give her resistance for all damage, and is going to start running towards the building.
Mm-hmm. And he sighs and begins to spin his staff as just arcane waves start to roll off of this thing. And Chess in your head, Farah, is like, oh crap. And with that, we're going to end the episode for today. That is going to be the end of episode 100. Everybody, thank you for all the raids coming in at the very end of our episode. You all are fabulous. How y'all doing, kids?
I mean, let's find out in 2 weeks, shall we?
I don't
I'm
think it's
feeling heated. That was the shortest game of D&D I've ever played.
It was long.
Only by 15
short.
minutes. Like, I'm down for like longer games until we get this shit wrapped up. Fuck.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, if you all want, I feel like we probably have maybe 2 chunky episodes. 2 chunky episodes. Do we want to make these a little chunkier? We'll talk about this maybe off
I love a
screen,
chunky boy.
but maybe we'll have 2 chunky episodes. So 1 more, and then I think then the final. So everybody, stick with us. In 2 weeks, we're going to be back for 1 more episode, and then after 2 weeks, that'll be the finale, which will be wild. But thank you, everybody, so much for being here. Everybody hanging out, thank you so much for rating. I'm going to say now before you leave, hey, in April, the Venture Maidens are launching their campaign guide. So you can
Ooh.
check that out. We are making it with 2C Gaming. So 2C Gaming will be running that Kickstarter. So go there, watch all of our social media, follow us everywhere at Venture Maidens for the updates there. That book is going to include 12 new subclasses, a cadre of monster templates, a bunch of really great stuff, and of course, everything you need to play in the setting of Venture Maidens. If you're enjoying this game, there's going to be a lot of hot, spicy stuff in there. We also are introducing a heroic destiny system. So if you liked how this campaign was set up in specific character arcs, we are literally going to have a system for you to be able to do that in your own games as a player or DM to propose that for your game. So it's going to be good shit. So everybody, check that out. Stay tuned with our social media. And in April, please show up with your dollars to support us. But yeah, y'all are great. How you all doing? I think that's...
I'm really sad that we're about to fight Valerius because he's beautiful
I don't want to
and
fight
precious.
Solar.
Not gonna happen. We're gonna bamf out of this situation.
Not with that
Honey, I don't know if you've-
anti-magic field
I don't
that
know,
got...
honey. I
We're
don't know if
walking
you've
through an
ever met
anti-magic field. We
a big
cannot
wizard.
cast spells if we're in
A
it.
demigod just said, "Oh, no!"
crap.
Like, I'm like, "Oh, what did I do?"
I know chat
Be
is like, well,
fine.
don't fight him and listen to the story, and you all are like, fuck you. So that's good. I don't want to tell you.
Fair wanted to hear the story, but also with her friends charging into the shit was like, story, friendship, story, friendship. Oh, fuck, friendship.
That's fair. That's on brand. You all are so fucking great. I have been Celeste Konowich, your dungeon master. Long sigh.
Dead.
I am Arna Delathil, played by Brittany, your moon elf warlock.
Hello, I'm Katie. I'm playing Farah Valin, the tiefling sorceress.
I'm Nasima Tamad, and I played your human monk who was not here for your bullshit, Saya Noor.
So rude.
Yes, and her sidekick, the no bullshit barbarian, Cara Brunhilde, played by Sage.
My favorite part of this episode was getting to do impressions of Farah and Kara. I've had to listen to you for 100 episodes.
You nailed the gruff and the frazzled.
Yeah. You all are great. Yeah, like I said, please make sure to follow us on social media. If you like what we do here, make sure to follow us. Gift us a sub on Twitch. It really, really super duper helps. And of course, we do post all these episodes on YouTube and then on every single podcast platform in the world for free. So if you think we deserve a few dollars for all the work we do, you can head over to our Patreon and support us there. Katie has become our master of Patreon and does such good things. So recently it's become super duper good. So you should go over there because my frazzled ass is not handling it anymore and it's so much better.
And I love a schedule.
Yeah. Katie loves schedules and I love Katie. You can also catch us streaming in a couple other places. Actually, Katie, do you want to tell the people where they can find us tomorrow night?
Why, sure, I'd love to. So we are going to be on Nerd Immersion playing Baldur's Gate 3. We're in the Underdark. So far, things last episode, very glitchy, but hopefully not so much last time. But I mean, that's early access. So we have a good time there being the W Squad Wizard Warlock, and we'd be happy to see you there.
Hell yeah. And Sage, this is the finale of the week, right?
It's the season 2 finale.
So tell people where they can find you on Friday.
Here on the Venture Maidens Twitch channel from 6 to 8 p.m. PST, we are playing Empire of the Ghouls, but written by Kobold Press, a gothic horror style module that I have been running. And now we are having our season 2 finale where they are gonna find out some shit, and I'm fucking stoked.
Hell Yeah, hell yeah. And then Saturday, you can find Katie and I at 4 p.m. Pacific time on the Nerd Immersion channel. We are going to be reprising the Belladonnas, which is a hot mess stream that we ran through Rise of Tiamat like a year ago. And every once in a while, we meet up for these rare and very special one-shots that last 5 to 6 hours generally. So show up. You can see me play a very horny bard. Very horny
No.
18th level bard. Or whatever level we are. It's big.
Yeah, we're
It's a
like, I
mess.
think level 17 right now. I play a tiefling druid who's too pure for this world. So
Yeah.
opposite of my current tiefling.
So that's where you can find us. Please do follow us everywhere. Stay tuned for the Kickstarter. Save $50 for the hardcover. And that's it. So until next time, everybody.
Venture